I believe that this is a time to remember for HBAR. I think that in the future, when people take a look back in time, when they take a look back at right here, right now, I think a lot of people will say, wow, I can't believe the price of HBAR was once that low. That was so unbelievable. And even though that isn't financial advice, I want to explain several reasons why I believe HBAR could very well shock the world during the next bull run. First of all, I do believe that HBAR is fundamentally fantastic. When we take a look at HBAR, what is it, right? HBAR is the native cryptocurrency for the Hedera Hashgraph network. And here's the thing, when it comes to the Hedera Hashgraph network, it actually isn't a blockchain. Instead, it uses another distributed ledger technology called a directed acyclic graph, or otherwise known as a DAG for short. And I think that right there is amazing because I do believe that DAGs have several benefits over traditional blockchain technology. DAGs are typically good for mapping out efficient processes. DAGs also provide such a viable alternative to blockchain technology due to their speed and data storage capabilities. And also DAGs are very energy efficient. They are typically more energy efficient than the majority of other blockchains that exist right now. So when I take that into consideration, I do believe that Hedera Hashgraph is truly something amazing. And something that I really love about Hedera is that it actually has a real world use case. For example, Hedera can be used for Web3 and enterprise decentralized applications. And also on top of that, it can be used for NFTs, DeFi, decentralized logs, and last but not least, decentralized identity. Most other projects out there don't really have a use case. And I think as a result of that, a lot of projects out there just don't have longevity. However, I do believe that Hedera is going to be around for a very long time. It actually serves a real world purpose. And also, let's not forget, Hedera's governing council is filled with a bunch of multi-billion-dollar enterprises, which by the way include LG, Google, IBM, Boeing, and much more. However, more surprisingly, Hedera actually already has over 3 million mainnet accounts, which I think is very impressive. And also on top of that, in the past 24 hours alone, Hedera has been able to facilitate over 100 million transactions. And here's the thing, when it comes to Hedera, it actually uses very little energy. Just like I mentioned before, DAGs are incredibly energy efficient. However, Hedera just takes it to a whole nother level. In fact, according to a research done by University College London, they concluded that Hedera is the greenest proof-of-stake network out there, which I think is very impressive. Hedera uses less energy than Ethereum 2.0, Cardano, Tezos, Algorand, and much more. I think it is very shocking as to just how little energy Hedera uses. It is incredibly environmentally friendly. However, something else that excites me is the fact that HBAR, in my opinion, at least for me, has such an incredible risk-to-reward ratio. And what I mean by that is I believe that I am not risking to lose that much in order to potentially gain a lot in the future when it comes to HBAR. Because just think about this, right? HBAR is currently down over 90% from its all-time high price. It's down by a lot. However, I do not believe that HBAR can go down over 90% lower from where it is right now. I just don't think it's possible. Yeah, sure, if I buy HBAR right now, the price could go down. However, I do not think that HBAR can go down, again, right, over 90% from where it is right here, right now. I just don't think it's a possibility. When it comes to HBAR, I do believe that it is much farther from a top than it is a bottom. I believe that the room for potential downside is greatly outweighed by its potential upside. I mean, HBAR, just going back to its all-time high price, is already over a 90% in terms of price increase. I think that's insane. However, besides that point, something else that gets me very exhilarated about Hedera is the fact that Hedera is heavily focused on NFTs. For example, if we take a look at this, currently there has been over 2 million NFTs minted on Hedera, and also on top of that, it has facilitated over 2 million NFT transactions to date, which I think is very shocking. However, when I say that, some people out there, they may be thinking, oh, who cares about NFTs? It has no future. However, I completely disagree. Many people out there, they tend to think that Bored Apes are the peak of NFTs. A lot of people out there, they also like to think that mutant apes are the peak of NFTs, but I completely disagree. In fact, I do believe that NFTs will fire back bigger, better, and stronger than ever before in the future. And there's data that shows how this could actually very well be the case. For example, if we take a look at this, according to Grandview Research, they predict that over the next 7 years, the NFT market is projected to grow to over $211 billion in size, which I think is a very staggering statistic. I think the future potential of the NFT market can't be underestimated. I think the NFT market is no joke. And let's not forget, the HBAR Foundation also has a $250 million Metaverse fund. And this right here gets me very enthusiastic because this Metaverse fund right here brings users into Hedera ecosystem at scale by accelerating the development of projects across gaming and virtual worlds, collectibles, social and creator platforms, and even enterprises as well. And I think being focused on the Metaverse is going to prove to be such an amazing move for Hedera in the future, because if we take a look at this, according to Citi, they predict that the total addressable market for the Metaverse could be between $8 to $13 trillion by 2030, with the total Metaverse users numbering around 5 billion. And I think that right there is insane. I think the Metaverse industry could truly be something spectacular in the very near future. So overall, I do believe that Hedera is doing such a genius move by being focused on the Metaverse and even having their own Metaverse fund. When I consider Hedera's governing council, when I consider what industries they're focused on and just how much potential those industries have, and also last but not least, when I consider Hedera's rock-solid fundamentals, I truly do believe that HBAR during the next bull run could very well go to the price of at least $1. I think that's worst case scenario, not financial advice, but I do believe something this amazing could truly surprise a lot of people during the next bull run. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it.